Hello everyone, welcome back to Through Alchemy. So this reading is going to be all about your person's deepest, darkest fears. This is a Halloween special, and this is a very sweet collaboration with our very own Casey from Mosaic Mermaid Tarot. So this reading will be all about their darkest fears, and Casey will be covering the title, their secret fears about loving you. So I will be putting the link to her video down in the description box. We have three piles from the left to right. Pause if you need a little longer, pick the one which calls your name the most. Now I'm going to start with pile number one. Hello, pile number one. You chose the card of Black Cat. Fortune meets opportunity. So we have a very hyper vigilant individual on our hands. I don't think this person trusts that easily right off the bat. I also feel like this person has a fear of intimacy and commitment, not because they don't like you or they want to be with you or they want to like focus on somebody else or there's somebody better. I'm picking none of those. I just think that there's a byproduct of fear of intimacy that makes people act in ways in which they don't realize unconsciously that they try to push their focus off the person that they really like because they're scared that they're not going to be accepted for who they are, or they have shame towards their needs. It's quite easy, I think, that if you work towards the shame and the judgment that you have towards who you are and where you come from, you meet someone that is capable of handling you at that level. Or I wouldn't say handling is like a mediocre choice of words, like being there for you in the way in you which you want to be met. So we have sea turtle. Turtles are associated with the interconnectedness of our planet. How can you support Mother Earth at this time? So one of this person's like dark fetishes, or like, I don't think it's a bedroom fetish. I think it's a need that's gone unmet for a while, which is where, if this is a man, I'm picking up that this person wants to be like mothered. Like they just want to be coddled, and they just want to put their head on your chest, and they just want to snuggle with you, and they want to be loved and spoiled and pampered. It's just like, I think that there's innocent touches that this person really craves. And I think that you embody this very regal feminine energy. That's what I'm picking up. Nine of Swords in reverse in the tower, and Nine of Swords in the tower in reverse. I think that this person has not told you about a major chunk of their life. I'm not sure in what capacity you really know them, whether it's been for years or a very brief period of time. Um, they really want to be met at that level that they've never been met. So there is this yearning that comes from not something that I think you can do as a romantic partner. Maybe you can help them heal their attachment style, but you can't take the responsibility for it. You know what I mean? But removing the technicalities of the situation and how it should be, I guess, seeing this person just for who they are, they want to be, I think this person really wants to be babied. Like, they're quite tired of how much their own emotions feel like a burden for them. This could be a pile where you know about this person that they've had to figure out things by themselves, or there's just this sense of like they just want somebody that's going to be around them, that's going to baby them, that's going to just be like, I got you. I don't think this person is looking for financial, mental, or spiritual support. I think they're necessarily looking for emotional support. Ways in which I think it definitely overlaps just seeing the person that they're dating as a romantic partner, but rather than someone that unconsciously they want to be met at the inner child infancy level. And I think that this is not something that they're 100% aware of with the Tower in reverse Scorpio energy. Even though this is quite, I feel like from spirit they're saying like this is something that can easily go away or like heal with the right type of partner. Like it does make a difference. I'm pretty sure it does, but I think that this person, the King of Cups, they're looking for someone that doesn't tell them that they're too much or consistency is too much or texting them back and talking to them. It's a bit needy because of where it's coming from, but I don't think it's excessive in the way in which it overpowers because they're already quite, this black cat energy is already quite aloof. So like maybe in their mind's eye they're like I'm being too needy, or like if I want them to text me there's a bit of shame around that, but I don't think it is. I think where they really come from was so emotionally starving for them generally below the baseline that they think that the basic necessities that they have now or want now are too much concealed. So they're yearning for a partner. Now I feel like I need to say this. I don't know in what capacity you know this person, whether you still know them or not. I think that the yearning supersedes their need for a romantic partner. If I'm being very honest, I think they do pretty well for themselves, especially financially. That's what I'm picking up, or they take care of their needs. Um, they're very smart. I'm feeling like this is, the type of person or a child that it's not that it doesn't have to be that this person comes from a poor background. Like that's possible, but I don't pick up on that. I feel that they come maybe like the parents used to be really busy or they were very negligent, or it's possible that this person always had caretakers or nannies or something like that. Like it seems like financially it was quite good. Now this is a theme for somebody, I'm not sure who. It was pretty good, smooth sailing. This person had friends, but they felt very deprived of their parents' love, especially the mother figure. The feminine side is being highlighted over here. So it seems like, and it doesn't have to be that it's just the mother that was negligent. It could just be that healthy affection and communication from the father's end was also lacking. So it just seems like the the masculine front of it, the house, the food, the clothing, the best of things, books, gadgets, and everything. It's talking about like your teenage, school, childhood kind of stuff. What do you need at that time? Like this person could get, I'm seeing those fancy pencil boxes and everything, like they get everything, but they were deprived of like a parent showing up at some sort of school event when all the kids' parents would show up, or like basic appreciation, like wow, you made that, I'm so proud of you. Like they did not get that feminine nurturance that they feel starved of. So that's what they're really looking for. So I think this person's deepest darkest desires are like words of affirmation, like you're doing so well, like things that they feel that they've like longed to hear. And I think that for them, a consistent partner, somebody has a buzz cut or blonde hair, blonde buzz cut, whatever that means, upheaval in reverse. I think that this person hides how much they really want to be met at that level, resilience in reverse, because they might be hyper independent. There's a part of them that may get carried away when somebody talks to them nicely because they have like just feel starved inside. Like they I think this person's love language could be either words of affirmation or gift giving, like in the ways in which they also receive. So that's why, because I feel like there's something about having all the luxury in the world, or just like being provided for, but still feeling lonely at the end of the day. So I don't know if this person like shames themselves for it, because like there's a lot of toxic positivity around the fact that you have a bed and you have a roof over your head and you have food in your plate, but it's like they feel neglected and starved of that communication. So I think that they have met a lot of people that are unavailable in the same tones that their parents are, and it seems like a cycle that plays on in their mind. Trigger warning, I'm hearing that this person sometimes has reached rock bottom where they're quite suicidal because of how cold it really feels inside to them. Oh shit, I think that was very true because, like, for some of you, the neglect is at paramount level. Like, it's like they really want to come out of it, is what I'm feeling. They want someone to show up for them, and they know that their parents. I think maybe this person still longs for their parents to show up. Seven of Pentacles in reverse, Five of Swords in reverse, Ace of Cups. Yeah, I feel like this person may have to go through a hefty place of transformation stage in their life to be open to commitment. Seven of Cups, because I don't think that they're necessarily dodging. It's like, um I crave a love so deep that I almost fear it. I fear it because I've never really had that. I've always sensed the close, the what's the word, the I've always felt the coldness of love, and at a distance, like when somebody shows too much affection as well, I doubt it. This is the type of person that gets carried away by words, perhaps. Um, there's also this energy of like imposter syndrome, like they may not know who they are because they're performing for other people. I feel like one mode of reversal of my bad, reversal of imposter syndrome is when a person is like in their I don't give a fuck, like fuck you energy, like and they have boundaries. That transition from a people pleaser to like someone that has good self esteem is always like a very bold change from like overbearing to bitch behavior, man or woman. It's like you have those walls of defenses and then they break down and you illuminate them and through wisdom with boundaries, like, okay, this happened to me, I remember, so I'm not going to deal with this again. So it's possible they're in the defensive process right now where I'm hearing somebody like milking their wisdom. So I don't know what type of business this person is in, but something very philosophical, perhaps. It's like they're like, I've suffered so much, I might as well make money out of it. That this person, uh, I feel like one thing you don't have to worry about or know is that they're gonna always keep themselves at least financially stable. They may have invested a lot in their career due to the instability in their emotional aspect of life, and it seems like quite a karmic place in their life where they're learning how to self sustain so that they can break from this identity that revolves around unworthiness and spotlight effect as well. Because I think that when somebody in their childhood goes unnoticed by the right people or the ones that they should be noticed by, especially parents and primary family, they develop this aversion to being seen, and that's why they feel like they can't be seen. I mean, it's piecing together, right? So it's like they get scared of the spotlight effect, like they start startling or they start getting scared, or they're like, um I don't know if I'm good enough, or what if I make a mistake, like something about that is because it's like in proximity the other person is going to see exactly who they really are. So anxious in this reading, it's like this person has this energy of like, I want you to see these parts of me, but I also hide away, like, what if you reject them? So it's like kind of like borrowing self acceptance. I wouldn't say borrowing because there's something so blurred over here about how much of this reading talks to me about not about just this person like having to sit in isolation and heal themselves and take time apart. No, I think this is a lot about remodeling their inner child and introducing them to healthier people so that they can start feeling safe in coming out, instead of the universe saying that I'm going to put you in a corner so that you can go through your lessons. No, this seems like this person will have to learn to develop intimacy with people that are good for them through trial and error so that they can finally start receiving that love that they've been craving. It's not about just self love, this is about allowing yourself to be healed through a community or the right type of people. That's what I'm really picking up over here. Okay, so pile number one, this was your reading. Information personal readings is given down below. The video about their secrets about loving you, my collaboration with Casey, the link is given down below. Do make sure to check it out. And I'm gonna see you guys in another one. Bye bye. Hello, pile number two. So you chose the card of scrying, intuition, darkest desires. There's such a aversion in this person's energy because they know that you can see through them. Now, I could place this as a number of things. You don't have to be witchy or uh, delve into like divination tools. Like we have the magic crystal ball, candles, and the bone. It's talking about spell work. Oh, shit, I forgot. Hexagon, or I'm picking up on Celtic fairy, or something about this person is funny because they see themselves in you. This person may come from a traditional conventional background where it's not exactly that the other person wants to be judgmental, but it's just where they come from. And when they recognize themselves in another person, they kind of freak out because they're like, okay, I know this, but I have so much resistance and thought patterns that don't allow me to explore this part of me. So they actually enjoy everything that you bring to the table, but they find it a bit uncomfortable because they haven't embraced those parts within themselves. So I keep hearing the pendulum, the pendulum. It's like this person has some gift of gab or clairvoyance. Like they also understand energies, or I'm hearing prophecies. Um, separate. Yeah, see, this is also another card that talks about spiritual abilities and gifts and divination. Just, but she doesn't have a tool. She just has a kind of a fish in her hand. It's like this person could be Pisces or Cancer, Scorpio, but this person is highly intuitive or emotional at the very least, and this person has a lot of potential to develop their gifts. And I think it's a lifelong journey for all of us, but especially if this person is a man. I'm hearing warlock. I think what's quite funny over here is that they really enjoy that side of yours. Like, I don't know if it's completely out in the open. What I mean by that is that you fully embrace that part of you and you're leading life with it. For some people, it's just like a hobby. You know what I mean? But some people are quite into it, like myself. It's like owning what you're really best at or what comes natural to you, because you understand that the universe is abundant. It comes under the umbrella term of being an artist, you know, because artists also channel the divine when they're writing or composing, or when they're making art, or producing, or whatever it is, choreographing. You know what I mean? So I think this person has something athletic within them. It could just be a way of movement, expression, body. um Five of Swords. Their deepest desires are, I wish I could pursue you the way that I want to. It's kind of like reminding me of this conversation I had prior to filming this video, which is, I'm absolutely certain that whenever I sit down to record something, the universal synchronicities are so fucking on point that I almost have context before I sit down to read the pile, because I have a personal life and there are things that I do, I talk to about, or yeah, it's just piecing together as this act of rebellion on this person's end, where we think that rebellion always has to be like a break free from a character, of course, but break free from the norms of this society. And there's something quite conventional that this person is a part of, and that's why they attracted you at a soul level, because you were meant to reflect that back to them, and they reflected something back to you. I think that it's their inner feminine energy that wants to resurface without so much hard work, so to speak. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. They have felt a very strong connection with you, the lovers, Gemini. But this person has always resisted it. I'm seeing the liver and like swords, because it's looking like a bean. You know what I mean? Seven of Swords. The liver holds a lot of anger for us. And I think that this person may also abuse the liver. I'm seeing, you see something about the bladder. So this is related with their lower chakras. Mainly I'm picking up on the root and the sacral and the third chakra, which is the solar plexus. Yeah, I feel so much pain in my womb area. Men also have the womb area, spiritually speaking, and there is this depiction of the Ouroboros cycle in the womb, where two souls are colliding and they're like kind of in this gestation phase, because they're meant to help each other like grow. So whatever this person's toxic traits are, or whatever you've noticed, betrayal, cheating, being dismissive, avoidant, um judging you for having certain emotions, or being very conditional about love or acceptance, or like I have to obey my parents, obedience or compliance, things that sort, even towards maybe religion, family members, what I've been taught. It's like a breaking free of that. Like I'm seeing the cracks in the mold, and this person is, I feel like they've had an epiphany about like, well, first of all, quite shitty of me, but it's also coming from a place of like, I did what I knew was best. There's a rise of consciousness level, and you have been such an illuminating beam of light in this person's life that has made them phenomenon. Yeah, it's like it's made them realize about the duality of it. Like where this person may have thought that you're too emotional, they realize that they're also that emotional. They just had so much judgment towards it. Where they felt like you're too vocal, they realize that that's just you advocating your needs, and there's something very specific about being vocal about your needs, and they appreciate that. Because I think if you're dealing with a man specifically, it's very helpful. He just has a roadmap on, well, where does he need to show up, and he tallies it down, and he's like, okay, this is what I can work on, this is what I can do, and this is where I lack, and blah blah blah. So it's like he really appreciates. I shifted to he, so we're going to go with that. He really appreciates the fact that he knows exactly what he needs to do and where he needs to show up. Now, there's something about you where this person has remembrance, or just knows that you've struggled this area in your life, and he does want to match up, but he's so caught. This is the typical energy of someone that I can't be 100% sure this is a general reading, but at the momentum at which you're growing and you're dedicated to your journey, it does seem possible that he's going to take a lot more time to meet you, or it feels like you may outgrow him. But outgrowing is just another word for like out of alignment, you know what I mean? Because he seems like someone that wants to take ownership in his life, become more comfortable with his masculinity. But the way through his masculinity is not putting in more hard work in his career, it's through improving his self conception and setting himself free from what he's defined as the perfect child or the son. That's what I'm really picking up for somebody that was very specific. It's like about obedience and compliance in the bracket of what a good son and an ideal provider, protector, and husband really stands for. Underworld. So you forced this person to like really understand who they really are. And I feel like this has been one masterclass on self-love for this person. That ways in which has illuminated about their masculinity. Like they might be really big, buff, bearded, and like manly in the sense, like have a great voice and whatever it is. But They're discovering the true essence of masculinity by delving into their femininity over here. So, their darkest desires, I feel like this person has a phantom image of them being your provider and is specifically focused on you. I don't think they're able to do that necessarily right now. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, because the feminine energy needs to be worked upon. I think that all this time, or I'm hearing all their life, they were focused on improving the masculine aspects like building, or looking at finances, or maybe the gym, or maybe like for some of you, this person had been working on improving their music taste. I don't know, or their looks and like things that they thought, but it's like the feminine aspect needed more love. The feminine aspect, it's like that touch of femininity that integrates this person with their yin and yang and brings a balance in about their authentic self-expression. It's not that they have to leave everything and like go to the forest and become a monk. It's more about them just integrating that aspect and understanding like, hey, I have my own point of view. And because when you become more self-assured, I heard objectification, when you become more self-assured of who you are inside and you understand your wants and needs and your opinions and what makes you as a person, you don't have to always fight the opposing character, or even if this authority or something like recognized as a family or parents, you don't have to oppose them. The energy shifts in such a great profound manner that you think that you need to have a fight in ways in which to you express your opinion, but no. When energy becomes pure in itself, when it comes from a place of genuine self assurity and worthiness, the other person doesn't need convincing on your thought patterns. They automatically shift their energy to accommodate your thoughts and opinions. It may take them some while, some time to comprehend what you're saying because it's a new concept to their brain as well. But energy at wavelengths, which wavelength it's been communicated, it's like a radio frequency. It doesn't have to create destruction necessarily. It just creates breaking down of something that maybe wants to be new. And I think that this is exactly what happened with this person. To the acquaintance of you, where this person was really unhappy. Like in spiritual concepts, I say that the change was inevitable and they knew that something had to change, but they were just flowing with the stagnancy of it. But you came and you broke down a lot of versions of them. Like with the tower over here, you're going to notice there's a lot of people, like a lot of versions of them that they were unhappy with, and they weren't even aware. Like a person can't possibly work with something that they're not aware of. Like the things that I know about myself today prior to what I knew about myself 5 years ago wouldn't have made sense because I didn't have the comprehension value for it. So I think that their darkest desires in combination through all of this conversation is that they genuinely want to be that person for you, but oh, there's so much before they can actually claim their masculinity in that manner where, it's like they're two sides of a coin. Like if you're feminine and you're so wise and you're resting in stillness and receptivity, this person doesn't know how to do that and pour into you. They're gonna pour from their femininity in hindsight. But when they're not tapped into that, they're gonna always fear what you really stand for, and there's like a concrete fear of inadequacy that they're moving towards working through, but they're unable to. And that's why this inability and incompetence manifests as different traits that you may not like in this person, like maybe infidelity, unfaithfulness, I don't know, to name few, like being a flirt, wandering eye. For somebody, I want to say that a man does not start looking elsewhere because the woman is unworthy. Sometimes he just doesn't know the value of what he's been given because he doesn't see the value within himself to keep her. That was for somebody. It's quite an emotional pile. I guess it's got layers of their darkest desires. Like whoever finds this at whatever time, they really want to be that person, but there's a lot of growth that needs to take place. And you think that the universe is just playing some sick joke, but it's not. Like, how does this person like fake their growth? You know what I mean? They're at a different place in their life. Okay, so pile number two, this was your reading. Information for personal readings is given down below. My video for collaboration with Casey, the link is given down below. The video is about their secrets about loving you, so do make sure to check that out. And I'm gonna see you guys in another one. Bye bye. Hello, pile number three is the lamp remembrance. So there's a very sweet energy over here wanting to please you. This energy is quite receptive and femininity, where this person, whoever they are, man or woman, has got these thoughts and fantasies of like maybe giving you head massages, oil massages, lighting up the room, cooking a very savory meal for you, like aromatic, like there's a lot of aromatherapy. This person could be Taurus or a Libra. There's a lot of sensuality, Venus. If this is a woman, she wants to dress up for you. It's like all these things that they really want to do. It's like I feel like this person has been waiting for someone that's worth their time, who they could do all of these things for. Seems like some of you, your person has been celibate for a few years. I'm picking up on 4 to 5 years. This person has been single or like just keeping themselves away from the trash or the streets is what I'm hearing. It's like they're looking for energetic receptivity at a spiritual, energetic level, at a also at a spiritually hygienic manner. Like they want someone that's worthy of them, or they've had this understanding that you are worthy of them, or that they're looking at you in that way. But there are certain physical restrictions to this connection. Perhaps that's where there's this window and like waiting for things to pan out in the way in which it's like I feel like this person may be waiting on you, or they're waiting on the universe to tell them what to do with you. Nine of Cups, I'd say that momentarily they trying to make themselves happy with what they have. They are quite jovial person. They're quite content with their life most of the time. This person is more emotionally driven than they are financially, or I guess I'd say like career wise. They may also be in this line of work that helps other people because that's what makes them happy. The Two of Cups, I think this person has chosen you in some capacity. I'm picking up on a life partner. Like this person has chosen you, but there's some sort of complication at a physical level. Now, I don't know if there's some emperor in reverse, like they are hiding this because of how much they're feeling. And I wish I'm here, I wish I could show you exactly how much I want to trust you and I want to bring my cup of love to you and pour into you, because God knows it's like this is an energy of like I have so much to give, but sometimes I just don't know how to give it back to myself. But I think this person is a work in progress. They've got a good head over their shoulders, but sometimes because of the depravity at which they've kept themselves aside for the right person tends to make them a bit. I'm here like maniac or like bipolar. I don't know. It's like they get very needy, and their darkest desires would be someone that finally like I can give you the type of love that you've been looking for. Like they're looking for a giver because they have so much that they wasted on people that weren't worthy of it, that they almost have this feeling like, okay, finally I can let it out. This person has so much to give and share. Like maybe it's in terms of like finances as well, or like they want to pamper the other person with love and like do romantic things and dress up for them, or like buy gifts or create an ambience of love and something about like aroma. Like they want to show how good it can get to another person, and they're looking for someone that's I'm hearing the song I Found a Love for Me. Six of Cups in reverse. I think they have major trust issues because of how much it's like someone so pure and giving has perhaps been used multiple times. Like I'm hearing manipulated. So this person may also have emotional, sexual, mental trauma, or like abuse memories of those things where they've had to pull themselves out of situations that people would take advantage of. Their energy seems to be very subtle and fertile. Like it's not easily embraced. It's quite high in voltage. or it's very passionate, so there's a lot of sexual energy, which also misguided, I feel, that tends to get used in self-destructive manners, because this is Martian energy. So when Martian energy is not used correctly, then it becomes self-destructive. This person could have also struggled with depression. So I think one of their darkest fears, um I was about to say desires, right? But I said fears. I think they just don't want to be used. This person is a runner, Queen of Swords in reverse. They go silent on people and they just run away when they get like just a tincture of betrayal or fear. They're very scared of being used, very scared of being taken advantage of. Nine of Wands again. Oh, I think this person has a journey before they're able to open themselves up to another person. That's what Spirit wants to let you know. You may have seen their soft side, you may have seen whatever, like, at first they are, but they're quite hyper vigilant. Like, they'll pick up on things and energies very, very quickly. This could be someone that comes from a very emotionally or physically abusive background. They're very hyper vigilant. This person is an anxious attachment style, so at first they come across as very detached, but yeah, it's an anxious, nearly fearful. Like, I think being celibate or being single is also a self-protective, preservative mechanism that Spirit is saying that works very well for them, because them being in the hands of the wrong person is more mind-numbing for them, and emotionally, this person could be a very strong empath, because I think that they get really messed up inside. Like, they feel so much that it's difficult for them to get their ground footedness back again if they're with the wrong person, or even friends. I feel that they're very sensitive, they're very in tune with that. I'm picking up on a nurse again and again. I keep seeing a hospital, like they help people heal or fixing, or it's like there's so much that this person had to learn how to hold boundaries and not get manipulated, because the energy seemed very, very fertile. Type of energy that you put any soil, like crop into it, in the soil, like just recalibrates. So this is also the energy of a survivor. Mm. Their darkest desires is just to be, like, I'd say in just few words, they just want to be met where they are in life. And that's why I think that they lash out on people, or I feel like they generally don't, but if they really, really, really care, like you came into their inner circle, oh, I think this is a fearful avoidant, because they're like gonna show you how they really are. But if they sniff like betrayal or deceptive energies, they're very quick to just go silent on you. There's a strong connection to the divine as well. Like, maybe this person prays or is religious or meditates or whatever it is. They do whatever they can to keep themselves sane. I don't know what this person's past has been like, but they sound like someone who feels like a misfit a lot of times, or like people are indifferent to their sensitivity. There's this fantasy of a knight in shining armor. I'm gonna say that. Like, they want to be saved because people around them don't understand how deep they feel. And I think that this person has been blessed with a soul tribe, at least friends that understand them, friends, and even I'm picking up on siblings concealed. I think this person doesn't even know their full potential at which they're capable of helping other people. It seems definitely like a very passionate person. Um, for some of you, we have a difficulty in understanding why spirit would align you with a reading like so, but it's so that you can understand the nature and the potential of this person. I'm not sure if it really matches up in reality, but I'd say that if you check the previous two piles, they're not like this. This is a very sensitive, emotionally open person, perhaps emotionally driven. King of the Knight of Cups. I'd say that their darkest desires are, honestly, I don't know what else to say. They just want to be met where they're at. They have a lot to give, like in the right, I'm saying in the right type of soils. If this is a woman, if she has the right type of man next to her, she can really like multiply things. Like she's got fruits and bananas and like the mountains behind her. Like she can really make a house into a home. And if this is a man, he can really multiply all that and build like an empire. It's like, metaphorically speaking, like make something monumental when he has the love of the right woman behind him. So there's something like a deep yearning of just being met at that level where they feel cherished, appreciated, and seen for. It's like if they're aligning with people at a psychological wounding level, because a person like this in a patriarchal society can struggle a lot with sensitivity and feeling like they're too much, and people telling them that they're dramatic, they're overly emotional, or they should have a thick skin or things like that. It's like that's their life path where they learn to put boundaries in the right place. But it seems like a situation where once they're met with someone that's actually as sensitive as them, it can really open doors to more gifts, because heart is the vault, your gold mine. Basically, when the heart opens up, you have more creative energy, you have more sexual energy, or more happy. You can create more abundance, you can attract more abundance. But that only happens when the physical vessel of it is feeling safe. And safety is not just internally restored, but by having the right type of people around. When the yin and yang on the outside and inside matches, and it definitely imitates what we call at a layman level a power couple. A power couple is when two people really balance each other out at a very good level. It's like when we see equals, right? When they're like physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, sexually, like they're meeting each other at that level, right? So there's something about this person being, I guess, I'm hearing pragmatic and primal as well. I feel like this person is a strong empath. And I think that their darkest desires are to be embraced at that level where they just want to be, I feel there's nothing more to it. Like, it's quite simple. It's a very humanly need for connection that meets them at the depth at which they exist. There's a lot of disappointment and heartbreak behind the fact that they have not been met like that since childhood, I'm hearing. So I think what sustains them, self-sustenance, is in their religion or their spirituality or their connection with the divine that keeps them afloat. Because such tidal waves of emotions can actually drown you, until you know how to swim with them, right? So, pile number 3, this was your reading. I'm going to leave it here. Information for personal readings is given down below. Do make sure to check Casey's video, which is about their secret fears about loving you. The link is given down below. Make sure to check it out, and I'm going to see you guys in another one. Bye bye.